In this video, I'll be giving you my own personal review and experience using Eustachi, and if it can actually help you with your situation. Stay tuned. I can certainly sympathize with many of you out there dealing with ear problems, specifically Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. If you haven't already noticed, this condition is simply not going away. And the majority of you have already exhausted most of your measures of trying to figure out what is causing this condition. You've contacted specialists, allergists, trying to figure out what is going on with my ear. It is simply not going away. And with that, I bring you Eustachi. During my time dealing with ETD, I started researching like most of you, trying to figure out what products are going to help. Obviously, keying in the word Eustachian brings up a product called Eustachi. And here is an example of how to use this product and if this product is going to be beneficial for you. In my personal experience, I received zero relief using the Eustachi. As you can see here, the examples are going to explain to you how to use this device if you currently own one. Now, this is to not say that this doesn't help, but with Eustachian Tube Dysfunction, it gets very tricky. Let me further explain. One of the first signs that I noticed is I had lots of congestion upon waking up one day. It started in my nasal passages, and then it started to really go up into my head. Then after, my ears went out, and that's when I noticed something was not right. During my findings of researching, I realized something called referred pain or referred response, and that response came from the neck, shoulders, and the back. For me, it was primarily the neck area. Like the obvious, in which it makes sense, we are experiencing problems with our ear. Whether that be clogged ears, pressure in the ear, or clicking sounds, we start to relate that to our nasal passages. After over 3 years of observing and researching, I have concluded that most of the issues dealing with ETD had very little to do with the nasal passages or the ear. In my own personal experience, I have evaluated that my main symptoms and issues were stemming from something called a referred response, coming from the neck, the back, and the shoulders, primarily due to poor posture. Poor posture is continuously on the rise. It is a major epidemic in the young generation. With the increase of work-at-home opportunities and technology advancements, it is becoming a major problem in our society. And not just the younger generation being affected, all of us being affected. It is an issue, and the problem is when you have poor posture problems, it's causing an array of symptoms, and you can't always detect where they're coming from. What we're all guilty of is that we have abused our posture for months and even years, but when symptoms start to arise, we relate that particular date to something we're currently facing, and we expect that we're able to get rid of it at the time of when we start feeling the symptom. But what we don't realize is that we've been dealing with this problem for years, so it's not going to be an immediate reversal. Just because your body finally alerts you doesn't mean you're in the early stages of the condition. Your body was fighting it off for many months and years, so it's going to take time, adequate stretching, pulling on the neck very slightly from left to right, getting that neck loosened up, and that's going to really give you wonders of relief. When I finally began to put the pieces to this mystery together, I realized that a lot of my issues were stemming from something called referred pain or a referred response. And when I did so, I focused more on that rather than just focusing on my nasal passages and ears. This is not where the issues were stemming from for me. You have to be obsessively committed to a stretching schedule and take time for mindfulness. Be very leery of where your shoulders are. Are they raised up? Is your jaw tight? When I did this, I realized I got so many results doing it that way. So overall, the Eustachi can be a great device to utilize, but in my particular experience and condition, it was not. My condition was really resulting to stress, muscle tension, and the lack of taking time to stretch. Being more mindful of the time my body needs to recover, keeping my stress levels down, and doing the red light therapy all contributed to me getting over this condition, and I know you can as well. I ask you all to subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest, greatest health and wellness videos, motivation, yoga, and meditation. But before I let you go, I'd like to leave you with one thing. Being well is feeling well. Feeling well is doing well is living well. Take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.